All right. Good afternoon, everyone. My name's Jay. I work at NEAR AI, mainly doing product stuff, but in general, kind of a catch-all thing, as basically everyone in NEAR AI, and for that matter, NEAR Protocol does. We are subject to the whims of the service and do whatever we need to get things done. The talk I'm giving real quick is how to use NEAR AI to get free inference and get a whole bunch of users. So hopefully this is useful to you guys who are attending the hackathon. So I'll give you guys a quick heads up on what NEAR AI is. NEAR AI is a funded company in the NEAR ecosystem, run by the two founders that also built NEAR. The reason NEAR started the protocol was actually that they were trying to do training for building generative code. And in order to do that, you had to go and get these data and pay everyone in a way that actually would work and wouldn't be mostly fees. So the NEAR blockchain was built as an AI project to start. And a lot of people don't know that, so I figured I'd cover it. Now, what NEAR AI is doing is taking the things in our ecosystem and other ways we have contact with it, sending those systems into our agent hub in other systems, and trying to, as much as we can, make it easy to get users and free to run inference so that people can build awesome things. So as of right now, we have over 20 million users lined up for people that bring stuff onto the platform. And we anticipate that growing substantially soon because reasons. Anyway, so as I said, we are very heavily focused on user-owned AI. As a part of that, NEAR is built in a way that it interfaces with just about every blockchain you can think of, which means Base, Solana, Bitcoin, Dogecoin. Anything you want, we can work with and functionally riff off of, and then your AI can work on that or work on things in real life. We have a strong opinion that there are 350 to 500 million people on crypto and about 5.5 billion people connected to the internet. So your projects do not and probably should not be just crypto, but we love just crypto projects too. So we are, as a part of that, we know that, Web 2 had these siloed systems. People went, grabbed all of those, and kind of brought them all together. But as we've started to go down this system, we realize, okay, agents kind of abstract all that. Most of you go to ChatGPT instead of going and doing Wikipedia research or that sort of deal. And we think that's going to progress. And it's going to be agent networks that are really the fundamental way that the web communicates with itself and tries to solve your problems instead of you just going to like one random site and then going to like booking.com for your travel. It'll just be your chat interface will be the way that you interact with all of the agents, and those should be easily discoverable. So let's talk about assistants and how they're actually going to shape up and how you can leverage what we built to get a little bit further. We're trying to build everything possible inside of trusted execution environments. That's agent hosting, user data, the agent discovery, and payment situation. What is a trusted execution environment? Simply put, hardware level encryption that keeps governments, for example, the United States or Russia or some other one nearby to here, from being able to access your personal data, even if they had physical access to the chip itself, they still wouldn't be able to read the data inside of that. So that's a first-class citizen within NEAR AI. This is important, especially in contexts like therapy or doctors or lawyers or military or corporate secrets. Like, let's say you work at Rippling and you don't want Deal to steal all of your data. This would be how you would execute that in a way that even if they had access, once again, they wouldn't be able to get to it. I'm actually going to skip this because I have been a hacker for a very long time, and I know this part of the hackathon is always boring to people. So, we have a agent hub at app.near.ai. When you upload an agent to that, you become a part of our discovery system, which is that little index of agents box down there. And when a user interacts with anything in the hub, the assistant and or agents you're working with can store data against that user, which means your shopping agent, for example, if you wanted to buy blue headphones and you fill out your, this is my mailing address part, when you go to a travel booking agent, that should just pre-fill in for the user. So as more and more things become a part of this network, things become easier and more programmatically and AI runnable for users. So you are getting this network effect just by deploying. And I know there's a long run up, and this all sounds like it's going to get really complicated to deploy, and I'm trying to convince you, but it's kind of the exact opposite here. So if we learn all the things about the users, anticipate what their needs are, and figure out how to find agents, we can really solve users' problems. But in order to solve the user's problems, we do need agents. I'm actually going to skip that part. So first thing I'm going to tell you guys to do, if you have a MacBook, this will definitely work. If you have a Windows computer, I have to walk you through this. Just grab me for one little thing. But if you type in Python 3-m pip install NEAR AI, it's going to take 5 to 10 minutes to run. So I would just go ahead and do that now. I promise you, it's not that big. It's just a lot of package dependencies. You're going to need a NEAR wallet in order to work with the hub. We recommend Meteor or Bita. They're the fastest ones to sign up with. It takes 30 seconds max. You need to save a private key. That's it. And then when you log in with the thing you just installed, the slide before, it will just work forever, and you never have to think about it again. You're going to sign up for a name when you do this, by the way. Your name, what you sign up with, will be reflected on the agent hub. So please don't, say something weird as your name. Like, I totally love tariffs.near. Maybe bad idea, unless you totally love tariffs, in which case go for it. Anyway, so let's take a quick look at app.near.ai. We have two sites that really matter to you guys right now. App.near.ai, which is the running hub, and docs.near.ai, which is where you need to go to basically get any answer you possibly want. So if you look at that right up there with the little open book emoji, that's where docs is. But this is if you went to app.near.ai. So reason I'm pointing out app.near.ai first, you'll see that agent templates are right there in the plus, and the login is on the far thing on the right. I know that's weird to point out during a talk, but those are the two biggest questions we tend to get. Everything else tends to be really easy. So if you see the drop down from the, I think that's called a sandwich in the UI space, you can pull up our agents, the threads that you've ever talked with, all of our data sets, the models that we have available, and the CLI documentation down there. So in that agent link, you can find I think we're up to 800 or 900 agents. You can pull any of them up. You can draw inspiration through the open source code that's there, aka you can steal the code, fork it, and do whatever you need to with it. It is the fastest way to build something. If you click on any of those agents, you'll see overview, which has some of our metadata on it, source, which is literally the source code, and run, which is you can run directly that agent instead of having to use our discovery. If you then click back over here, you see the develop button on any of those agents, you'll be brought to an interface where you can just quickly, if you already did that install I got you guys to do earlier, you can clone the agent, you can get to it very easily, and when you make changes, you can publish it. Those 3 steps and a little bit of code change is all you need to do to deploy an agent on our hub. You will have to pay $0 and 0 cents, 0 Bitcoin, 0 USDT, 1 Dogecoin. I'm kidding. We'll pay you Dogecoin, actually. So it's really easy to upload an agent. So the one thing I will give you guys a little bit of clarity on, when you get that agent pulled down, you'll have the metadata.json. It's simple English and JSON format, or you could even run Korean inside of here, and we'd still be able to understand it. Make sure you get the name done right. Version numbers are locked forever. So when you upload version 0.0.1, it becomes immutable. That is for security reasons. So if you need to update it, you will need to update the version number. Otherwise, it won't work. Make sure you add a good description so our discovery system can find you. But that's the big thing you really need to change every time. We have some code tools in the CLI. It will get it done for you, but I'm making sure you guys clearly know that piece of information because it comes up. We have a ton of models. We have 63, I think more now, available to you. So DeepSeek, Quinn, a whole bunch of other ones. We do not have an OpenAI interface, but the API is compatible with all of that, but we aren't doing that. We have 6 frameworks available. Coinbase's Agent Kit, Base, which is a slightly different version of that, 2 different lane graphs, TypeScript, which can also run the TypeScript Coinbase Agent Kit, and our web agent framework. And I believe I am also missing the fact that we have version 1.0 of ELIZA in here as supported. So any major framework we can support. If I'm missing something that you really want to use, let me know. I will get it added this weekend for you, especially if it's in Python. If it's in TypeScript, it might take me a little longer. But if it's Python, I will do it in like an hour. So why use the NEAR AI agent system? Just, I can run my own Vercel thing. I can run anything else, right? If you build on our platform, you can run against our discovery system. We have a couple of things available to you in our discovery system that are awesome and free. Did I mention everything's free on NEAR AI? Like, everything's free. I know what we make money by incentivizing financial transactions, and we take a percentage of that. But your inference is free. Everything's free. But why, if you don't care about the inference cost, use NEAR AI? If you need to fork some process because you don't want to build it, it takes 2 lines of code to either find an agent or have our I'm forgetting the word, a cloud operator, like browser interface that you don't have to fire up your own window. If we can't solve it by finding an agent that exists in our system, we will directly just run a cloud operator, and it will work for your user just by adding a tool call that says, go do this thing I couldn't solve. So if you have a system that you need to build and kind of want to vibe code your way into it, great. We're perfect for that. 2 things to point out, because when people tend to hack on us, these become questions. I'm going to talk really loud for a second. Thread mode is how you make sure it will actually work inside of that thread. If you don't use same, you use child, it will be a sub-thread, and it won't appear to the user. And run mode is very similar in that context. Both of those are in the documentation. When you do a agent swarm that you're coding for yourself, or when you're calling another agent, that's the most common set of questions. So when you get to that and you're trying to run it and wondering why it won't show up in the hub, just talk to me. I'll guide you through it. It's like 10 seconds. It's just a little complicated and weird. So, how much are we doing for time? I got two options. We can either run ahead of time, and I can stop here, or we could try to code something. What would you guys want? Normally, in your case, I would be like, let's run ahead of time. That way we can, get to coding. But it's up to you guys. Don't all speak at once. Okay. What do we want to build? I'm going to go to app.near.ai. I showed you this earlier, but we have a couple of different options here. We can do a regular transaction NEAR case. We can do one on Twitter that listens, is an event-driven architecture based on a tweet. We can do an agent kit, or I'm not going to do TypeScript. I suck at TypeScript. Yeah, you're welcome to come up. I'll guide you through the TypeScript thing. You don't want me to do TypeScript. Not since the incident, at least. But okay, so let's do NEAR. And anyone know of a popular service in Korea that has a good API? Anyone? What was that? Neighbor? Naver. Let me make sure. Oh my, this is. I don't even speak English well, guys. Let's have a look. I blame you. Example of open API without logging in. This is Java. Okay, this may not work for the agents. Anyone have another suggestion? Kakao? Let's find out. So while I'm trying to figure this out, I will tell you, if you guys get up and demo your hacks at the end of this, just to make you feel better, I've been to hundreds of hackathons in my life, and I will tell you, no matter how badly your demo fails, it will not be as bad as the time I was at a hackathon presenting to Mark Zuckerberg, Drew Houston, Reid Hoffman, and the guy who started Groupon. And everything worked for the first, for the last 6 hours, and then the one time we need to run it in front of everyone, it failed. So, don't worry. You'll get over it. Don't worry about demo fails. They happen all the time. All right. Design guide, Python. Come on, no one has Python? Okay. You know what? We're just going to do something random instead. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to do Korea travel agent. And type this is a agent that only does recommendations on not what I meant to do. Where to travel and what to do in Korea, but does it in a slightly sassy and bossy way because that's fun, Anyway, so as you can see, it's already created wow, I named that badly, and we're going to ignore that, and I'm going to hide that later. But it's already created this agent. There's already source there with a basic metadata, state, JSON. So as you can see, you can upload private keys that could interface with an API that are local to your agent or your user, which makes it kind of function like a multi-party MCP system. Okay, so we have all right. So I'm going to click here. I'm going to go over to this, and I'm going to type in NEAR AI registry download what I just created. And hopefully, there we go. It actually worked, thank God. So if I go over to that and I do this, I'm now where my agent is. I'm going to open, give me a second actually. There we go. Sorry, I realized it was going to open everything on my laptop at the same time. And here at NEAR, we've learned that lesson before. All right, so look it up. It's a fun one. Sorry. Okay, so we have agent, add reply. Where's prompt? I think I might just want to do something a little bit more fun. I will copy. One of mine. Give me a few seconds. Example agent. Instead of getting too deep, because we have 7 minutes. All right. So that's probably a bad one too. Let's do meme coin one. Cool. All right. Agent.py. And I'm going to copy all of this. Great. Doink. So here, when you need to run something, I'm going to kill this. My suggestion, since inference is free, load it up with a really fun, big prompt. So I'm writing really bad code in concern of time. So I'm going to just delete all that. All right. You are a specialized Korea-only travel guide. Only reply with things inside of South Korea that are fun and targeted at the types of activities a 20 through 45-year-old hackathon attendee might want to do. Reply back. Hold on. And I'm going to give myself that code over there. I'm going to go ahead and, wow. Undo. There we go. I'm going to copy the JSON structure output here from my previous thing. That way there we are. And I'm going to tell it to reply back in and reply in JSON format. I'm going drop this description and list of suggestions in array format. I'm going to, all right. And I'm going to drop the example, and hopefully that works. I'm going to agent.py, replace, reload. I'm going to kill create token here, and everything else all the way down to task, which is the central thing we need to handle here. So I'm going to add a system log. So if you need to log into debug equals true in your environment variables, which I'll show you, that's pretty easy. If you don't have a message, assistant, and give me a few more seconds to just keep deleting. Should be done soon. And all right, and one more piece of I'm going to go all the way down here and give me a few seconds to find the piece of code I wanted because I'm cheating here. There we are. And I'm going to run a completion based on that prompt. All right. And Korea prompt. And that, and hopefully 2 minutes left. Let's see if I managed to break things or if this actually works. As I said, registry upload. Once again, important that we update this. So Korea travel number 2. And I'm going to hit upload. And it's uploading, hopefully. Maybe not. There we go. All right, it's uploaded number 2. And so I'm going to run it. That is the wrong agent. That's documentation. I've done so many bad clicks today. There we go. Faster. And I'm going to do Korea travel. Oh, somebody already copied it. Nice person who did that. Okay, so I'm going to hit run. As you can see, it's on number 2 now. Tell me, what area of Seoul is this, guys? Anyone know? What's the name of this neighborhood? Can you type that for me? That? Okay. D-O-N-G? Okay. Hopefully this doesn't fail. And it might have failed. Environment variables, debug equals true. I am more concerned that I think it may have not run. So I'm going to update this and add in assistant, add message to see if it's alive. So that might be the problem. 1 second. I got 12 seconds, so forgive me for this part. source res, oh, almost there. I'm just going to scroll all the way down. All right. I'm going to confirm that that actually messages.append. And let's see if this makes it any better. I'm also aware that we're just about in past time, actually. So I can help you guys get this up if it works, but maybe it's going to fail again, in which case I have to debug what just happened, but I probably should have had a pre-copied one, so that's my fault. But I love doing actual demos, and sometimes they bite me in the butt. Run. Latest 3. Any travel tips? Come on. That explains it. Well, I'm out of time, so go ahead and look in the hub in about 15 minutes, and I promise you I'll have that one fixed. Anyway, thank you. I'm around the entire hackathon. Feel free to reach out. I promise you it's easier than I just made it look. Thank you again.